Hey everyone, it's Sam here and I'm back with another Mother's Day tutorial. As I always say at the beginning of these videos, if you're not into Mother's Day, you're not making anything, then change the sentiments, change the papers and the 3D projects. Most of them will work for many other occasions. I think this one, again, as I said with a few others, will work very well for Christmas because it's this style. It's got a bit of a house feel to it as well, but I think I might look like a stepper box or something like that. We'll see, it'll be in the title. But how cute is this? If you don't want to add a topper, that's how it looks from the back, which I think is rather cool. You can make it as her half size or the full size, because I do actually change my mind during this video, because originally it was only meant to be the half. But it's super easy to make. You don't need any dies at all. So let's get started. So as with all the other projects that I'm putting into the hamper, I'm using this paper pad here. It's called Showstoppers 2 because it was launched originally with that collection, but it's just this lovely pad of florals. And then I found some, it was either Sizzix or Tonic cardstock. Sorry, I can't give you any more information, but it matches really nicely with this paper pack. So I've got my 4 pieces here for the 4 boxes, and then I'll go through the case and stuff once I know the measurements. So you're going to want one piece of 10.5 by 8 1/4, and you're going to score along the 10.5 side at 4, 5, 9 and 10, and then rotate along that 8 1/4 side. You're going to score at 1, 6.5 and 7.5. Then for the next box down, this is a piece of 10.5 by 7 1/4. So the 10.5 length will always be the same on all 4, but it'd be 1 inch less on the width. So that one was 8 1/4, this one's 7 1/4. So again, along that long side, you're going to score at 4, 5, 9 and 10, and rotate and score at 1, 5.5 and 6.5. There will always be a 3/4 of an inch. That's going to be the little tab, and this is the top of each of the boxes. Then next size down again, 10.5 by 6 1/4. Along that side, 4, 5, 9 and 10, and then rotate and score at 1, 4.5 and 5.5. And then for the last box, 10.5 by 5 1/4, and you're going to score at 4, 5, 9 and 10, rotate and score at 1, 3.5 and 4.5. Now if you want, you could go smaller again, so it would be a piece of 10.5 by 4 1/4. And obviously just work the measurements out, and you could go bigger if you've got 12 by 12 cardstock and you want a bigger box. So you could certainly, I'm going to have 4, but you could easily have 5, 6, 7, it's up to you. So I'm going to show you how to put one box together, but how I put this together is exactly the same for the other 4. They're just different sizes, but all the score lines and everything is the same. So fold and burnish all the score lines. And then with the 1/2 inch tab on the right hand side, you want it in landscape orientation. You're going to cut up the smaller score lines just to the first score line. And then that corner rectangle, just remove that. If you go on an angle, like so, remove that completely. Then work along the short side and cut down this one. You don't need to cut down that one, just remove those 2 rectangles altogether, just in that top corner, and then just cut a little wedge off of that. You just want that tab. So if you imagine you've got 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as the second largest section always has your tab, it's the same for all of them, like I said. And then bring it along this side, and you're going to cut down the 3 other score lines to the second score line. So past that first one and then down. And then above these 2 little squares, you want to remove, and then I'm going to have, so that's going to be the back. So I want to remove all of this section here. I'll just fold them back and use my longer scissors and just neatly remove the score line as you cut. Like so. If I lay that down, if you want to take a screenshot, how that looks is how all the other 3 need to look. And then to put it together, I'm not going to snip these bits just yet, or that bit, just stick it together, and then we can play around with those tabs in a minute. And then you want to add your glue onto that little 1/2 inch tab, fold it over, fold that one in, and then fold that one right over until you've got your box shape. And then, so these will fold in. This one's going to fold over, and that's where I'm going to have my hook and loop, my little closure. So this one is going to be the last one I fold down. So I'm going to fold the back one down. Okay, and then you might want to just take a little, before you add your glue, you might just want to take a little wedge off of the sides there. It's usually just the score line that I'm removing. Fold those in. And then just going to add a little bit more glue on top. And if you open it up, you can just go in there and just spread out glue, like so. And then this is going to close, and like I said, that's going to fold over there. Now you might, if your score lines are visible, you might want to just snip away just to tidy it up. You might want a little bit off of the side there. But now that can close over there. Now you may choose to have that fold inside, which you can do, but you'll probably find you just want to take a little bit, just shave a little bit off the sides just there, because you want it to close and kind of be wedged in there so it stays shut. But I'm going to have mine visible. Might even have another little bit of decoration on there. But how I've put that together is how you want to do the rest. So it's now the next day, and I have changed things around a little bit. So this is the 4 boxes. So I showed you the 4 boxes, and then what I've done is just added glue behind each one and stuck it behind the other to create this fun little gift bag, tiered gift box. And this is all I was going to do. And I think it looks wonderful. So if you do just want to do 1/2, then this is how it looks. I would cover the back, but I'm not going to. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut them all again. So 2 of this size, 2 of this size, 2 of this one, and 2 of this one. So I'm going to show you now how to stick these back to back, and I'm going to give you all the mat and layers. So I thought it was nice to show you how it looks as 1/2, really nice. Or if you want to double it up, you get something pretty cool. And then I've got my big topper to go in the middle. This will still fit in the hamper because it's quite a big hamper that I've got. But if you do just want to keep it the smaller size, and you don't have to add the handle, so that is optional. You just keep it like so. That tier of boxes, and I think it looks really cool. Or stepped boxes, I'm not sure what to call this yet. So I said I just stuck them just by adding glue on the back of each one. So I'll just show you that step for anybody just wants to see. So I'm just going to cover all of the back, and I'm using the construction glue. I'll give you all the mat and layers in a second to get all this stuck down first. You don't have to do 2 larger ones. If you would prefer to just have that as the centre and then go straight to that size, you could do. But I just thought it would look quite nice having the 2. Plus I do have a lot of bits and bobs that are going to be filling these, which is why I've doubled it up, because I do have quite a few little gifts for Mum. So just going to add a bit of pressure inside there, and just make sure you keep it this way and push it down, you know, onto your table so it's nice and flush. You don't want this to rock. And then take the next one again and just cover with glue, and then that one's going to go like so. And I'm just going to add this one as well, and then I can add the pressure all at the same time. You can see now how that looks, but just like I said, keep it flush with the base and just make sure that's all nice and secure. So for the mats and layers, you're going to want 2 to 4 pieces of 5 1/4 by 3/4, then 4 1/4 by 3/4, 3 1/4 by 3/4, and 2 1/4 by 3/4. These pieces here are all the same size. It decorates the top, so it's 3/4 by 3 3/4, and you'll want 8 pieces altogether if you're going to double it up. And then you'll want 2 pieces of 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then if you're just doing the 1/2 and you want to cover the back here, you'll want 1 piece of 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So now I can stick these back to back. So I'm going to add the glue onto this one. You might want to punch your holes and add your handle before. And then you're just going to push those together. Now I've used hook and loop to close my boxes, but like I said at the start, you might be tucking yours into the box, so yours won't be hanging over, but I quite like the effect that that gives. Okay, there we go. My topper is going to go in the middle there. So I used just some of my nested circle dies. I used the Ditzy print embossing folder in the gold there, and then I took the Happy from my All the Sentiments, just this one here, and the Mother's Day was from my stash. So I put a bit of foam on the back. I'll just help pull the boxes in a little bit as well, keep them together. And then these are the hook and loops. So I've got, these are the 10mm, I think, and I've added 2 to each little closure. So just underneath each of these, and then just stick it down. Right, so you could add, you know, pattern paper there if you want, and obviously you can cover this. If you want to cover the flap here, then you'll want, well, it'll be 8 pieces if you do both sides of 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. I'm going to add all of that, and then I'll show you how I've punched and added the handle. So that's how it all looks. It's pretty much done. You don't have to add the handle, and you might want to pop a paper handle in between the 2 there, maybe before you stick it together. And you might also just have that one box, the tall one in the middle, not the 2. But if you do want to add your handle, I always keep those fancy bag handles. You can also buy them online. Just make sure that's stuck down. I've got my couple of brads there. I had to use the longer big bite here because it's already put together. So if you know that you're going to add your handles, I would add it onto the 2 top, you know, bigger boxes before you stick them together. And then just drop your brad in. You don't have to use brads either, you can just leave the hole as it is. Okay, and then take this one and you just feed it through, and then just let it kind of, you know, pull back on it so it opens up there to kind of lock into place. And there is the finished gift bag, or gift box if you don't add the handles. I think it's very fun, so different. Yeah, really pleased with this. So whether you do 1/2 or the 2, you see it that side as well, how it looks without the topper on. I think it's gorgeous. So like I said, I do have the big basket here. So this one, I'll just drop it in. It's probably going to have to be like the main one at the back. I am going to get some more stuffing to go in this, but you can kind of see it fits in there perfectly. I've still got so much space, so we have some more fun projects. That's probably going to be the biggest one that I'm going to share. We'll do lots more kind of more smaller gift boxes and bags to go in this, but I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today and it's given you some inspiration. Whether you, like I said, you want to do the 1/2 or the full one, I think both look really nice. All the products, as always, will be linked in the description box below. There'll be a playlist coming up of all of my Mother's Day makes, and I don't know whether I might share the basket or hamper playlist because I'm kind of doing a couple. So this will sit in the Mother's Day one and obviously in that one as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today, and remember to drop me a comment. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon. Bye.